Let's go to Debbi Taylor down on the field. And Debbi, Jordan last night got his first major league start since he had that surgery August 19th of last year. Everybody in this ballpark was pulling for him. You had a chance to visit with Jordan Zimmermann and talk a little bit about his outing last night.
I did, Johnny, and we talked earlier in the clubhouse. There's a lot of compassion for Stephen Strasburg in that Nationals clubhouse. I think Livan Hernandez said it best when he told me it's a sad day after hearing the news about Stephen Strasburg. And here's Jordan Zimmermann's reaction.
It's not good news, obviously, but I mean, he's a little down right now, and I think that, I mean, he'll understand in a couple months that, you know, he feels good, and I mean, it's going to be a long process, and the first 2 months are the hardest to get through, and once you get through that, and you can start throwing a baseball, and the time really flies.
You went through it, and you were able to come back on the quicker side. They say it's a 12 to 18-month rehab. What did you do to make it work so effectively, and what advice do you have for Stephen?
I mean, I just took it one day at a time and just got all the work done and stayed with the program, and I mean, I just took it one day at a time basically, and I mean, before I knew it, I was out of Florida and rehabbing.
It's a lonely road, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, me and Chim Ming Wong were down there, and Ross was down there in Florida, and it's 100 degrees every day, and I mean, no one else is around, and you're down there just rehabbing and checking off the days on the calendar to get out of there. So, I mean, it's kind of a lonely road, but in the end, it's good to be back up here.
When you see yourself out there last night, Chris Carpenter pitched last night, Tim Hudson has had the same surgery. Is that something that Stephen maybe can, or did you take that and keep that in the back of your mind, that there are people that have come back successfully from the surgery, and some even that have pitched better since the surgery?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's like a 90% success rate, and I just looked at the guys who've had it and just thought, you know, hopefully I can be one of those guys, and that kind of kept me motivated to keep pushing and keep working hard every day.
Can you show us your scar and tell us what they did?
They just, I guess, cut it here and took the ligament from my hamstring and just weaved it in there and called it good, I guess.
Well, you heard Jordan Zimmermann. It's going to be a long and rather lonely road for Stephen Strasburg, but with a lot of determination, as Jordan showed, he will come back. And again, about a year from that. Now, Luis Adelano also had Tommy John surgery. He told me today that he did have a chance to speak to Stephen, and he offered him some words of encouragement also and told him, you know what, the key is patience and hard work. Speaking of Luis Adelano, he is one of the members from the Nationals from Puerto Rico. And earlier today, some of the kids from the Puerto Rican Little League were out on the field. They had a chance to spend some time with Will Nieves and Pudge Rodriguez, and they are here at the ballpark again tonight, and a lot of fun. The kids did great. They beat Germany, but then they lost to Japan and Mexico. But they're having a wonderful time here in the United States. It all started in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, but now they're here at Nationals Park. They're having a great time. They love the park, and I have to share one little story. Oscar, an 11-year-old, told me that he loves Pudge Rodriguez. His dad is friends with Pudge. They met back in Puerto Rico, and he said, I've been a big Pudge Rodriguez fan since I was a little kid. I said, you're 11. How old were you when you first heard about Pudge? He said, I was 3. My dad told me all about him. A good one to keep an eye on.